Dennis Weiss, Eagle Communication, Lexi Weiss, Great Plains Theater, and Bob the Badger, and we're here to talk about Shrek the musical.
Yes.
I hear Shrek the musical, and I think that's got to be a lot of fun.
It is. If you have seen the animated movie, the story is similar. It has the same basic plot points. But basically for the musical, they took the movie and said, what if we just added a lot of chaos to it and made it more fun? So there's like 19 musical numbers in it, which sounds like a lot, but they flow from one into the other, so you hardly notice. But the added musical numbers give you the opportunity to learn new things about characters that the movie doesn't quite get to. So you have Princess Fiona, and you kind of get to see a little bit of her backstory in the show.
Okay.
You get to...
Oh, no. So for the two people who haven't seen Shrek the movie, who are the characters?
Oh my goodness. So Shrek, the movie and the musical, is about an ogre. Tall, big, scary. His name is Shrek.
With waxy ears.
Waxy ears, but that's just a hygiene thing. You can clean them. And it's his story of how he goes from being the ogre of the fairy tale to being the hero of the fairy tale in a world where ogres are not heroes. It's in a storybook world, and he interacts with a lot of storybook characters that are very familiar. Pinocchio, the Sugar Plum Fairy, the Wicked Witch, the Big Bad Wolf, the Three Little Pigs. They're all a part of this world, and they all live lives that have been dictated by their stories. And this is a show about saying, no, I'm going to choose my own destiny. And it follows three different characters who do that. So Shrek, our lovable ogre, Donkey, his sidekick.
Donkey.
He can talk a lot. And our Princess Fiona, who has been locked away in a tower since she was very, very young.
That sounds like somebody that needs rescued to me.
You know, yes. Every once in a while, everyone needs rescuing, especially when you're locked in a tower that's guarded by a ferocious dragon. And so she has been living her life according to her story, which tells her that she needs to sit in her tower and wait to be rescued.
If there's a princess sitting in a tower, doesn't there almost have to be some guy on a horse?
Yes, it is a truth widely acknowledged that a princess in a tower is in need of saving. Jane Austen there for you guys. And it's the story of how Shrek rescues her. And how he comes about to rescue her. Normally, ogres don't go on princess rescuing missions. They're usually the ones that are kidnapping princesses. But Shrek one day finds that his home has been invaded by this host of fairy tale creatures because the ruler of their kingdom, Lord Farquaad, has evicted them from the kingdom because he's prejudiced against fairy tale creatures and doesn't want them in his province. So he boots them all out to Shrek's swamp, and Shrek doesn't like large crowds and decides that he's going to get his swamp back, and he needs to confront Lord Farquaad. And that is really where our adventure begins. I don't want to give away too much because you guys are all going to come see it. August 10th through the 19th here at Great Plains Theater.
Yes. Bob will be there.
So the reason that we have this, I'm not just going to let the badger sit here and go unnoticed. We have been making props for this show the last couple weeks, and this show has a little bit of everything. There's zaniness and chaos, and maybe even a reason for a stuffed badger on a stick. I guess you'll have to come see the show.
Oh, yes.
In order to find out.
Surprises, Linga.
There are so many surprises in this show. It's so big and bright and colorful and fun and full of people. This is our biggest cast of the year, and it's actually, we think, some records we don't have going back all the way, but we think this is maybe the biggest cast that Great Plains Theater has ever had on its stage, and it's 35 people.
People's feet on every spot, by the way, my eyes count that. At
one point, we actually have someone on someone else's shoulders because it's no longer standing room, it's lifting room only. And it's just full of people. And half of them are our local youth ensemble, which started at our Shrek boot camp.
That's the cool part.
That is the cool part. The coolest thing about this show is that we have been able to use it as an opportunity to incorporate our academy with our professional theater program. So 3 weeks before Shrek rehearsals started, we had Shrek boot camp. And the kids in our camp went every day and learned the songs that they were going to sing and learned the dances that they were going to do, so that way they could join our professional ensemble on stage. So not only are you going to be seeing professional actors when you come see Shrek the Musical, you get to see from 18 down to, we have a 4-year-old in our cast. Who stole my role, by the way. So when you come see it, just know. But we have a little bit of everything, and it's been so fun watching the younger kids be mentored by the older kids in the ensemble, and then be mentored again by the professionals in the cast, and they've just formed a bond. It's so great.
So this is the fun interview. So we're not going to stay too long on what I normally say, which is this is the value of Great Plains Theater to this community. What we do for kids here, what you do for kids here, what your team does for kids here, what Bob the Badger is going to do for kids here is unparalleled anywhere else in town and maybe in the state. So, hey, but you need to come see Shrek the Musical. Dates?
August 10th through the 19th.
All sorts of ways to get tickets, but the best way is to walk in, smile, and say, I want one.
Desperately. You can reach us online at greatplainstheater.com. You can call us on the phone at 785-263-4574. I'm sure they'll put a thing down here somewhere.
They will.
Or you can stop by our box office location at 401 Cottage Avenue. We love to see and meet new people. Tickets are going fast. We have several shows that are approaching sold out, and you do not want to miss this experience, because that is what this production is going to be, an experience for you to share with the people around you.
Shrek the Musical. You have to come. Dennis Weiss, Lexi Weiss, Bob the Badger. Wishing you a great day.